It's now about 4:30 in the morning. I was brought a shower at 3:45 this morning. I was just speaking to Dixon because normally my shower is at 5 o'clock. I have a cold shower, and then I come to the fire, do my thing, coffee. So I just asked Dixon, can the guys please bring me a shower at 4:45, just a little bit earlier, so that I can come here and do this video. And I'm half asleep this morning, and I hear Casino say, "Gerry, shower's ready." And I'm like, what? This can't be 3:45. So apparently he thought he overslept and he just started getting into action. And so here we are. Dixon's still getting coffee ready. Anyway, thoughts. What thoughts do we have? Number one, I think we're overcomplicating photography like we do life. I think a lot of people get stuck in the gear, the tech, we can even overthink composition and creativity. At the end of the day, the more you know, the better you can be, and the better hippos are making a lot of noise, the better it gets. But at some stage, you also just got to do. You just got to do it. If you have to wait until you know everything, or until you're comfortable doing everything, you're never really going to get better. You're just going to do the same thing again and again and again. I haven't photographed too much on this trip, but yesterday we did a lot of slow motion stuff, the kind of creative, which was fun. Some good stuff out of that. It's good. Today's the last full day. It's so I'm heading back to Nairobi tomorrow, and then to sweetener my powder and some hot milk if there is, otherwise cold milk is fine. Thank you. So then tomorrow I'm heading back to Nairobi with this group. I've got one night in Nairobi and then a flight out. We have a flight at 9:30 something out of Nairobi that gets into Johannesburg at about 1:15. But then you get home at 2 or 2:30 and then you're fucked. You zoned out for the whole Sunday. So I stay the night in Nairobi at the airport hotel, very nice, 4 points. Wake up at 5, go to the airport, get home for lunch, and you're awake. It's nice, much better. I've been on the road for about 4 weeks now, and I was speaking to one of my guests yesterday morning. Jambo sana, wewe sawa? Good. And he did a bit of an extension before this trip, and then 2 weeks. And he also said to me, what, he thinks 2 weeks is a bit too long, or more than 2 weeks is too long, even for just safari. Now, each to his own. But I do agree. And the thought that we had a very brief chat around the fire yesterday, but where if you're at home, that's your normal life. You go into safari and it becomes your escape from normal life, the adventure part of it and all that. But if you stay too long, it becomes normal or normal life. And then, Sakaya, can we put more fire here, please? It becomes your normal thing, and I think it loses a little bit of the, I want to say magic. It doesn't get old. It doesn't get old, no mistake. But if there is hot milk, otherwise normal. Asante. No. So normal coffee. 1 coffee, 1.5 coffee, hot water, 2 sweetener, my powder a little bit, and hot water. Just hot milk instead of cold milk. Thank you. So 2 weeks is a long time. You go more than that, maybe it loses a bit of the magic, I don't know. But it's also, camp life is amazing. It really is cool, like sitting here at the fire, and look, I'll show you this quickly. There's Jumbo. So getting some more fire going. Dixon's on the far side, you can't really see him. But at some stage, you do want normal. You do want to get back to, for lack of a better term, civilization, whatever that is. But I'm ready to go home, but it's been a good trip. I've been focusing heavily on self-care throughout this, as far as training, eating, no alcohol, managing sleep times, as far as I'm not going to, and I've made a rule on my trips here. The other guys can do what they want, but I said to the people, after dinner, no Lightroom, not for them, not for me. I think it's silly that after dinner we go and sit until 11:30 in the evening, sitting in front of Lightroom when you could be laying in your tent listening to Africa, sitting by the fire, having a conversation with a glass of wine or whatever your thing is. you can always do Lightroom. So my new rule is after dinner, no Lightroom. It's just one of those things. Yeah. And then I had a conversation yesterday with one of the other clients. We had out of Africa breakfast yesterday. And asadi sana. I hope so. Let's see. Taste it. Maridadi sana. Did you put that other powder with?
Yeah, I put it.
My powder?
Yeah.
Cool, thank you. Asante.
I saw it, I just a drop of sweetener,
Yeah?
hot milk,
Yeah?
hot water, and
Yeah.
a bit.
Okay. Thank you.
Is it?
It's perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we were sitting out of Africa, there's these rocks, and we're sitting and we're looking over the savannah. And we were talking about length of days where he's from, and sun comes up and down up in Europe. And I asked him a question, something silly like when is the longest day or the shortest day, and what time is it and stuff. And he looked up and you could see him thinking, and I thought for that second, you know what, in that moment when he was thinking like that, nothing else existed. No problems, nothing. And I was wondering, I said this to him, I said, this is the thought I have. How can we take, because a lot of people, if you suffer from anxiety or depression, or you've got a problem worrying you, it's very difficult to break that. It's very difficult to break that. And how can you take those moments where someone asks you something so random, and for that singular moment there's nothing else in your head, you forget about everything. I've been dark, I've been in some very interesting places, and I know that you have these micro conversations with people when you're there, and then you jump into a normal mindset where you kind of, your brain's chewing on that immediate moment to try and find an answer, and in that immediate moment everything else kind of stops. How can we extend that? I think with a lot of my clients, that's the goal for those that are struggling with certain things, is how can I take micro moments like that where they think of something, and whether it's mindfulness or training or just conversation, and extend that in order to be in a better space for longer. It's just my thought, just a random thought. I asked them to make a bigger fire, they've made a bigger fire. I'm gonna fucking burn up here. Anyway, I'm gonna drink this coffee and enjoy time by the fire before the guests come in, and then last full day. There's a lot of good stuff around. There's a female cheetah with 4 youngsters. There's 2 male cheetahs separate. There's a female lioness, which is different to a male lioness. Close by, she has cubs. We saw them last week. There's 2 big males lions. There's another 2 big male lions. There's 2 cheetahs around, 2 leopards around, all just by camp here. So should be a good one. So make the most of the last day, and then off we go back to Johannesburg. Lots of updates to give, lots of things to talk about. But I'll chat to you guys probably from Nairobi soon. Have a good one. Bye.